Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be looking at the Knight from Halo 4. This figure is really cool, but before we take a closer look at him, let's go ahead and take a look at his packaging. He was a deluxe figure, so he came in this really huge packaging. As you can see there, it's quite large. Had a nice window for it, for the figure that is, and there's a nice picture of the Knight here in the corner. On the side, you can see another picture of the figure. And it says 40 moving parts here. I haven't counted, but if somebody would like to count the pieces of articulation and tell me, that's cool. Here on the side there is a description. If you'd like to read that, you can pause the video. On the back here, there are the other figures and toys in the wave. I think this was like the first wave, so this was when they were still being stocked in stores. And here's just another picture of the figure and some of its features. So let's get back to the figure, which is probably the coolest part of this. And like I've said before, he is huge. Let me give you a size here. Stands about 7.5 inches tall, but you can make him much taller. That's kind of posed like he was in the game, but at his tallest, just standing straight up, you can get him, let's see here, closer to 8, and then with his, put him away from the camera a little bit, with his little armor pieces up here like this, you can make him even bigger. Can't even get him in frame. There we go. So you can, as you can see there, you can get him up to like 9.5 inches tall, which is really cool. And he does have a lot of articulation, just like the box said. I don't know if it's 40 moving parts or not, but there's a lot of articulation. He did come with two, I wouldn't call them accessories, but little things that came with him. These stands that clip onto his feet. If you don't want them on there, you can just pull them off, but he cannot stand without them for sure. So I'm really glad that they had the idea to add those, because it would be really disappointing to have this super cool figure that just can't stand up. Let me see, get him a little bit better pose there. And he's really well detailed overall. As you can see here, all of these yellow and orange lines are done really well. He's got tons of detail here in the back. Looks just like he did in the game. It's awesome. He's so huge, though, it is hard to get him in frame. And we'll go ahead and start going over his articulation. Wow, if I can talk today. And we'll start up here in his back. He's got a ball hinge here on this flap that gives it, you can put it pretty much however you want it. And that is on both sides. He's got a ball hinge on these that are a little bit more limited, but pretty much any pose you want to get that into. And that is on both sides. And then this center flap here with a really limited ball joint. But again, it's pretty much anything that you're going to want to do, you can do with it. He did have this play feature where you can open these up and you can actually put the Watcher figure inside of him like it would be in the game. I unfortunately don't have one of those because from what I remember, they weren't a very good-looking figure. But that's not what this review is about. He's got a hinged head. This is really the only downside here, is there's no ball joint in there or anything. It's just a straight-up hinge. It does give him really good range of motion, but some extra articulation would have been nice there. Here, he's got a ball peg that goes into the body, and then a ball hinge that connects to that. So he just gets amazing range of motion in his shoulders. You can do some kind of crossbody things, and you can move his arm way up. And then down here at his elbow, he's got a hinge, and then there's another ball peg on the end of that. So you can fold his gun up, or he can do like crossbody shots, stuff like that. And he does come with the scatter shot. If you wanted to, This gun is just connected on there with a ball peg, so if you wanted to, you could pull it off, but a Spartan wouldn't be able to hold it because it doesn't have the handle on it. The other arm's pretty much the same at the shoulder and at the elbow, but he just has a different weapon. It's like the blade weapon that they always have on their arms. He's got two kind of smaller human arms down here, and these have a ball peg on either side that go into the figure, a hinged elbow, and a hinged wrist. And these hands look really creepy because they're sculpted like human hands, but they're really small, and they kind of look like children's hands, so it's kind of creepy. He's got a swivel. Well, I guess it's more than a swivel, but it's fairly limited, so you're only going to get a swivel out of it. Swivel like waist here. For his hips, he's got a ball hinge in the groin area, and then one in the leg, so you can move the legs anywhere you need them to go, which is really good. They go up and back and everything, so that's really nice. He's got a ball hinged knee that does swivel, and he's got ball hinged ankles that also swivel, so that's pretty nice. So I would say overall, if you're looking for a Forerunner figure, this one's probably the best one you're going to get, other than maybe the Didact. But I would say that if you find this figure for a good price, he's definitely worth picking up. So tell me what you think about this guy in the comments section below, and I'll see you later.